Hey, welcome to your Aries horoscopes for the week of October 29th to November 4th. We're officially into November. It is Halloween this week, which I know for you, Aries, is actually a lot of fun. Of all the signs that I know of, Aries is one of the ones that really gets into this particular holiday because it's just so much fun. And I feel like Aries, if you look at the zodiac as a human lifespan, Aries is the baby. So that child fun just never seems to go away, which I think is what makes Aries just so great in so many ways, and what makes the energy of an Aries just so absolutely wonderful. At least for me, anyways. Maybe some people wouldn't resonate too much with that, but we don't have a lot of planets in Aries this week. Actually, we don't have any planets in Aries this week. We don't even have a moon in Aries this week. And there's a lot of stuff going on with the planets. So it's kind of cool that you're not a part of it, but it's kind of a bummer that you're missing out on all the action as well, because there really is a lot of stuff going on. It does put you guys in that awesome and wonderful position to just be on the sidelines, kind of being entertained by all the craziness that's going on around you. And focus is on your thoughts this week. We're moving into focus being on the mind and how the mind works and managing your thoughts. And what's interesting about this to me is we still have Chiron influencing things and still in retrograde, so it's sort of stifling change in some ways. But what's also interesting is that Aries may not be known for their overactive brains, but they do have overactive brains. And when your brain is allowed to just kind of sort of go off in whatever direction it wants to, that can be a very scary thing to happen. And I've talked to a lot of different Aries, and almost every single one of them has to live in an environment that is loud, where things are constantly going on, or they have to have music going, or they have to have the TV going, because it helps you to not be stuck in your head. And I feel like for a lot of Aries, that can be a really scary place sometimes, especially when you're over worried about things and you're unsure and there's insecurities there. It can promote just a lot of really scary images and worries coming up in your mind that you may not be able to walk away from, or to let go of, or to disconnect from. So this week gives you an opportunity to come up with some new ways of maybe doing that, because to be honest with you, there are always those times where you can't have music playing. You don't have other people talking in the background. You have to focus, but you can't focus with those outside influences. It all has to happen internally in some way. One of the things that I use, I am also an inner overactive thinker person. And one of the tools that I use when it gets to be too much for me, or I need to shift my focus away from my own baloney to something else, is I visualize a box in my mind, and I put all of that stuff in the box, and I shut the lid of the box, and I put it away for later. And it's so much easier actually than letting it go, because sometimes it takes you a while to let something go. But if you put it away for later, you're not required to let things go. You're not required to skip all the steps that you need to make in order to come to terms with whatever it is you're worrying about. But it's very easy to put it down for later and come back to it. And trust me, it always comes back. So it's these little steps that you take to manage how your brain is functioning rather than your brain just going ahead and doing whatever it decides that it wants to do, which we don't want to promote too much of that, especially if you're an overactive thinker, because that's really just going to get worse. It's not going to get better, right? So that's what I have for you guys this week. If you love your horoscopes, do send me a tip or a donation. I would really appreciate that through my coffee link. That's ko-fi.com/heavy metal psychic. Also, you can click the link in the description of this video and you'll get there just as quickly. I'm Melissa Bruce, Heavy Metal Psychic. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next week. And in the meantime, make it a thoughtfully productive week. Think of all the things that you can, all the problems that you can solve when your brain is in a much healthier focus. It's just like night and day. Try it, you won't be disappointed. I'll see you guys next week. Make it a great one.